The Australia Cup is the best tournament in Australia. I mean, the AFL and the NRL are these big, massive spectacles, but I think no other league or tournament connects to communities the way that the Australia Cup does. I mean, it literally involves local community clubs going up against the massive professional A-League clubs. It starts out in February of every year with around 700 clubs taking each other on, slowly knocking each other out until slowly they're fizzled down to the 20 best of the state leagues. And then 12 of the A-League clubs will join in. They get put into a massive lottery machine, and the names get pulled out of the machine, and you find out who plays who. And it leads to this really beautiful thing where, you know, these local community clubs, often clubs that may have played in the old National Soccer League, get to be on the national stage again for a couple of weeks a year. And these local clubs with their communities, often with people who volunteered for them or who've played in juniors for them, or, you know, go to their games every week, they get to watch their clubs taken on in a massive national stage, and it's a beautiful thing. Now, my NPL club, Avondale, unfortunately fucked it on the way to the tournament.
Just kept in play there from Theodoropoulos. Coming down the right wing now. Abric's there to meet him. Cuts to the inside, sends it into the 18-yard box. Heidelberg! It's a goal for Heidelberg! They are on the scoreboard! 1-0, the home team! And that's the goal that they're looking for.
It was fucking painful to get the bus parked against us. So, on positive news, I still had Western United to try and, you know, win the cup for me at least. So, with the cup draw on a Thursday night, I settled down, grabbed some food, put it up on the TV, and watched to see who would my beloved Western United be playing, and who 30 Heidelberg would be getting smashed by.
We'll do number 24. So this is Peninsula Power from Queensland to make their fourth appearance in the Australian
So Peninsula Power.
Tour.
They're a good team. That's an A-League team.
In Queensland will host the Knicks, the Wellington Phoenix.
There we go, there we go. I think that'll be good. That'll be good. I mean, that's a good matchup.
For our match number 2.
Phoenix should beat them, but, you know, it'll be interesting to see. Is that us?
Western United.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Champions.
I mean, I want Melbourne Knights to that, just because, for convenience sake, it's easier for me to drive to Melbourne Knights. What if we get an A-League team?
Well done, Tara.
Let's not peak too early there. Me looking for a cup set already.
Is that Knights?
The away team.
That's not Knights.
29.
Is it Knights?
See that Edgeworth Eagles. So
Edgeworth Eagles.
Edgeworth Eagles.
At home.
Northern New South Wales.
Oh, that's so far away. I can't drive there. I can't drive there.
And this is one of the...
For our third
Yeah,
Australia Cup.
that's cool. That's as old soccer gets, and as new football gets, almost. That's another NNSW.
Sorry, I obviously need my glasses because I am short-sighted.
Magic.
Magic. Okay.
Gordon Meadows.
Meadow Magic will meet Michael. Number 12, Sydney United.
Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's huge, isn't it, as well? Northern New South Wales clash with Broadmeadow Magic.
One, two, look forward to it.
That'll be massive. That'll be massive. I'm
Match number
stoked for that.
4. So 31. So 31 will be either Melbourne Victory or the Newcastle Jets. They play off on Tuesday, the 18th of July over in Darwin.
Right, so playoff versus if the second playoff bowl shows up.
Had to play off to book their spot into
2.
32,
That's
and they'll play. This is an all A-League men's clash, isn't it? So they will
Oh,
play
Brisbane.
Brisbane Roar.
the Raw.
So
That's
match
very much
will
like a
be
pre-season
the Victory or the Jets
preview.
v Brisbane Roar.
Yeah,
Brisbane had a great
I would
run
like to see
last
that.
year, didn't they, in the semi
Here we go.
Australia Cup. 21, Oakley Cannons, semi-finalists last.
There we go, the Cannons. Alright, everyone's going to be looking at them. Everyone's going to have
The
their eyes
Oakley
on them.
Cannons, the Mike Cockerell medalists.
They're,
Who will
I
they
think
meet?
they're the only top 3 club in the NPL left because Sal's got knocked, and unfortunately my Avondale got knocked.
They're going to meet. Wow.
That's an A-League team.
City. Ooh,
Oh,
that's a good
City.
one.
Oh, that's massive. Oh, that's massive. Oh, Cannons versus City. That is massive.
Cannons
Oh, I love that
powerhouse,
matchup.
right? I guess he was phenomenal.
Oh my
in the
goodness,
FA
I love
Cup,
that matchup.
Australian
That's
Cup,
so
sorry,
good.
last year and coming
One of
up
the best
against
clubs
Melbourne
in
City as well.
MPL
You know,
Victoria
on
and
the tough
arguably the best
season
Victorian
that
club
they've
in
had.
the A-League.
You know,
That's
the
awesome. That
2022
is awesome.
NPL
I'm so
champions
happy
and
with that.
Cannons up against the premiers.
I'm still can't get over that
Sydney
game. Here we go, A-Liga.
Who won the
A-Liga,
FA Cup, now
Sydney.
Australian Cup in 2017. So who will Sydney FC meet?
Sydney Football Club.
Upside down, hurry up, Central Coast.
Oh, it's an A-League team again. It's another A-League on A-League. Let's get the A-League.
So all
Let's get the A-League clubs out. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Sydney FC, Central Coast Mariners. That'll pull a good crowd.
Champions.
Here we go.
Melbourne Knights, NPL powerhouse, make their 4th appearance in the competition. Who will the Melbourne Knights meet?
Knights. I mean, I'm probably going to end up going to the Knights game because I can't drive to Newcastle, unfortunately. Oh, it's MPL. Here we go.
They will meet the Lions from Queensland.
Oh, Lions
who
FC.
make
Oh,
their
yes.
4th
Oh,
appearance in this competition
That's awesome.
as well. You mentioned
Lions
it there,
FC,
didn't you?
they're
Like,
good
Melbourne
as.
Knights are such a powerhouse in the NPL, aren't they, Harps? When you have these big
I mean, yeah, they're not going.
teams
They're
that
having a
traditionally
tough
do
season.
so well,
Knights.
struggling in the NPL during their season.
But,
It'll be interesting how
Man,
they
Lions
enter
FC. Lions
August
FC is
for
a
the round of
good
32.
matchup.
Back in,
Clubs, actually, I
Not a
think.
match to be beating.
So that's awesome. That's like back to the 90s we go.
So, Hellenic from Darwin. That'll be a great night. That'll be a hot night for whoever's
Oh my
making
goodness,
the trip over to
night
Darwin.
out in Darwin.
Well, it means there's going to be a lot of football in the NT in the next couple of weeks.
There will be too.
The 2 knockout matches
Yep.
for A-League qualifiers and now Hellenic playing at home.
And Hellenic will host Inter Lions. So Daniel Georgeski is going to Darwin.
That's an interesting
so
matchup.
watch out.
I don't have much to say about it. I don't follow
Lions
the
on
Northern
debut.
Territory Premier League.
Daniel Georgeski scored on their passage
Yeah,
into
that sounds
the
like-
round of 32.
That sounds like it'll be fun.
New South
I'll keep my eye out on
Wales.
it. Yeah, they've just mentioned it.
Daniel Georgeski, is he going, wow, this is
We're halfway through now, which is awesome. I did not realise
this
this
as a
was
professional player up,
But
Mark.
man,
You're thinking
how cool.
FA Cup comes around.
How cool
You're
is
going over to the
that?
Northern Territory. But it's a big
That
clash.
you get to
What's
fly
it
around
for you
and
guys
like
when
go to
you're
like
looking
places
at
and
some of
like
the big
play
clashes?
teams you've
First
barely
eight
heard of. Go
matches
play in
have
places that
drawn
you've
out. We've got another
barely
8
only
yet
like
to come.
seen online. You know, like
Yeah, well, I think Clark's mentioned
how
there's a
often?
couple
I
of
mean,
fixtures there that we'll see
we don't have
two
A-League clubs in
A-League
Darwin,
teams
so
out early, but
imagine that. Like,
is Broadmeadow
imagine
up
you're just
against
some guy. You're
58 for the
a
reason
plumber
that Sydney
maybe. Just
United
play
had
football on the
such a
weekend
fantastic
for
run
a
deep
high
into
level
the
NPL,
cup
for a
last year,
pretty
and
strong
Broadmeadow
NPL club, and
class side. They're
next thing you know, you're flying off to Darwin. That's elite. That is elite. That's why I love about the cup.
United fans going up the highway. Goulburn Valley Suns.
Oh, here we go. That's going to be a big
Story
one.
around
Goulburn
the
Valley
side as
Suns.
well, on
Dip
debut.
3.
Yeah, the lowest ranked team in the draw.
Yes, MPL 3,
Yeah.
Shepparton
Well,
side.
Div 3 of Victoria,
home
Div
the
4 of
Corner
Australia.
Pirates.
Oh my goodness.
Great to see them
They're based in
making it
Shepparton, which is like
Yeah.
50 years away from
Qualifying
Melbourne.
for the round of 32.
Absolutely. So, who
almost
do
as
they
far
have?
away
It's
as
gonna be a
Albury.
big night in Shepparton.
Almost.
Few bigger, Tara.
Yeah,
Fair to say,
I
few bigger.
bet. So Goulburn Valley Suns make their debut and they will host Apia Leichhardt, who sits
Oh, Apia,
they sit
Apia.
top right of the NPL New South
Yes,
Wales
they are.
table right
They are
now.
top.
They're the top
I
of the
mean,
table.
I call myself
Big
an
night.
Apia
Had
supporter
their
for
own good nights in the
New
cup.
South
They
Wales.
knocked out Melbourne Victory,
I like the
remember,
Italian
at
clubs. I
Waikato.
support an Italian club, so I tend to support other
Famously,
Italian clubs.
3 or
So
4 years ago.
2018.
Fantastic
I'm happy to
night
see that. That's a
was
cool
for
one.
them.
Goulburn Valley are low as. Div 4. 23, who's that?
Moreton Bay United, who make their second appearance
Jets.
from Queensland.
The other
and
Jets.
They will be hosting Heidelberg.
Oh,
Well, they're the specialists, aren't they?
here we go. Come on.
Great
I
history.
love
Morton
this
Bay.
competition.
Morton,
Great
oh my
history.
goodness, up the Jets.
And Moreton
Up the
Bay,
Jets.
sitting third in the
Up the
Queensland
Jets. Come on, the
Again,
Jets.
it's not a name a
Let's
lot
go,
of people
Morton.
in Australian football
Let's
will
go.
have been familiar
The
with.
Morton Bay Jets.
Moreton
Let's
Bay
freak
have denying the round of
Bay
potential
Jets.
of a goal.
Fuck. Come
knocked
on, the
Gold Coast
Morton
United out,
fucking Bay
qualified
Jets. Let's
2-1,
go.
And we're now waiting to see.
Like the absolute salt bank that I was at the time, I ended up carrying on about the Moreton Bay Jets for about 3 minutes. No one needs to hear that.
looked at 7 different monitors.
Metro Stars, here we go.
Home because I couldn't see whether that was a
The
4
mighty
or a
Metro
0.
Stars. I've hyped them up a lot, so I'm excited to see that again. I wish it was Western United.
Metro
Because I would have
Stars from
loved to
South
play
Australia. You'd know the Metro Stars, wouldn't you? They make their 4th appearance. And they will host
27.
Inglewood.
Inglewood United from WA. Bobby
Okay.
Deskey's former side in Inglewood, they're making their
I mean,
debut.
WA is even further away from Melbourne than Shepparton and Albury combined. So, you know, that's so awesome. Imagine that. You're just some Perth school teacher or whatever, making the flight down to Adelaide to play Metro Stars. That sounds like a fun weekend out in the western suburbs. I grew up around people with lots of different ethnicities, so it's cool to hear that there's clubs like that. Because I feel like people tend to mush football clubs, especially in Australia, as like being of one race. Northcote City, here we go, the Div 2. The Div 2 club. I love Northcote City. Hercules. Oh, they're playing. Oh my goodness.
Your old boys and the Reds.
United. Oh, that's. Oh, no.
That's a ginormous night for Northcote City.
I mean, that's a fun train out. Oh, that's a fun train journey out, to be fair. Oh, that sounds like fun.
They enter this competition, we know that they've got
I mean, Northcote City and Adelaide, that's a
huge
huge
the Reds and their run through to the finals.
And Adelaide, like,
in the recent A-League
Adelaide
season.
are massive, obviously. So,
It looked like they were scoring for fun.
get United out to Northcote City, that's huge.
Good talent coming through as well.
So Perth Glory or Macarthur FC. They'll play each other in Darwin on Monday, the 17th of July. Campbelltown City. South Australian side make their 2nd appearance. So Campbelltown City will host
Yeah.
either Perth or Macarthur.
I'm going well.
I don't have much to say. That'll be interesting. I've heard of Campbelltown City, so I'm not the best to comment about this. Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Here we go.
Their 3rd appearance.
Massive New South Wales club.
Host.
So who's up then?
They will host
Another NPL club.
GG.
Grace.
A road trip for the boys. This is
Another road trip for you.
Oh, Canberra, Croatia.
special one for them. 2nd appearance
Canberra,
in the cup.
Vakski. That's going to be a big game. That's going to be a big game, I'm sure.
Involved in Socceroos many years ago, but he's been
I'm sure people will like that.
this year. So
That's great. So there's 2 clashes left, team.
Apparently Mount Druitt's only a 3-hour drive, so that does sound like a fun night out.
So who will the Wanderers perhaps host?
Fuck drive, but it's a
Travel to
fun
see,
night.
travel to play. Floreat will make their 4th.
Oh, Floreat Athena.
Wanderers are going
Here you go, two of the most
WA.
fucked hated clubs in Australia.
Floreat Athena make their 4th appearance in this competition. Gold Coast Knights. We're doing really
Gold
well,
Coast
as you
Knights,
mentioned,
massive.
in Queensland's NPL competition. And who will they host? The last one I haven't through process of elimination. I've just scribbled, but I haven't. Oh, of course it is.
The Devonport Strikers.
Devonport.
I mean, Tassie flight up to Gold Coast. Oh my goodness, that is not good. That is going to be so fun. I mean, everyone knows what the Gold Coast is. That is going to be elite. That is going to be so elite.
Between the Brisbane Strikers, if there was one, and Devonport.
So we have our matchups. Peninsula Power versus Wellington Phoenix, which will be a good game. There's a lot of good games. In particular, I'm really looking forward to Oakley Cannons versus Melbourne City. I mean, 2 Melbourne clubs. There's a big Melbourne City following out east, so that'll be a massive crowd in Jack Edwards Reserve. Obviously, I'll be watching Western United versus Edgeworth Eagles. It's my club, after all. I'll be keeping an eye out on, obviously, Jets Victory, Brisbane Roar, Sydney FC, Central Coast Mariners. Their A-League matchups. Melbourne Knights FC versus Lions FC is a very enticing game for me to go to because Melbourne Knights are pretty much as local as NPL clubs get for me. And Goulburn Valley Suns versus APL will be massive. I mean, APL is one of the biggest clubs in Australia, and Goulburn Valley Suns, obviously, they're in the 3rd division of the NPL. they're one of the biggest clubs. They found Garen Cole and Alu Kual, so they've got an important spot there. Obviously, I want to see Moreton Bay United the shit out of Heidelberg. And Northcote City versus Adelaide United is what I'm excited for. Mount Druitt Town Rangers and Canberra Croatia. Expect a good crowd for that. Only a 4-hour drive. Gold Coast Knights versus Devonport City Strikers will be good too. All in all, there's some really good games this Australia Cup cycle. And I think if you're not already into the Australia Cup, whether you just haven't watched it or if you don't have an NPL or an A-League club, like, absolutely start watching it this year because it is an elite tournament every year. And this year's matchups are beyond elite.